I shall begin with a glorious hello to all of my good friends out there occupying the Traders Nation. It is yours truly, Doug, and I come with one intention only, and that is to provide you with glorious gifts of financial independence. That's the only reason I'm here. I'm not here to play games. I'm here to help you make some money. And if you want to make money, here's what you need to do. Just tune into these videos all the time. Visit the Trade with Doug website. Join the live trading community. Join the inner circle if you really want to get good. If not, just come here. And I don't care. Just come here. Take notes, listen, because some of the stuff we were talking about yesterday is good. All kidding aside, guys, welcome to another video. We're going to go over some stocks today. We're going to go over crypto. We're going to talk about the market because some of the things worked out, like we said yesterday. Some of the things were, we'll talk about those too. Also, before I get started, let me make a quick announcement for everyone. I'll be on YouTube live tomorrow at noon Eastern with Sylvia Bellrock. You can always visit Sylvia at sylviabellrock.com, but we're going to be talking about everything live. So bring your questions, bring your stocks, bring whatever. I don't care what you want to talk about. We'll take the conversation wherever you want to go. But we're going to be here live streaming on YouTube. I will put a link down in the description box so you can set a reminder. We'll begin with the glorious ES here, the futures, the SPY futures. And one thing I said was for sure that we did know is that 4,500 was going to be the line in the sand. If we were able to hold that up, we should get a temporary rally. Now, that was true. That's exactly what did happen. It held that up. However, my thinking was we would at least see more of a test of 4,500, which we didn't get, and that's okay. The market showed us an early sell here in the pre-market. Felt like this thing was going to sell off a little bit or at least come down towards 4,500, but it found support towards the closing price of Friday in 45.32. Did a great job holding it. Nice reversal candle here on the hourly, and from that moment, it's been pretty strong the whole time. Now we've got like 10 minutes, 12 minutes or something left in the session, so I should zip my lip because anything can happen. This thing might just fall out of the sky, but I think it'll at least hold up pretty good. You'll probably see some profit taking and so on. You take a look here at the QQQ, which was another one. This one here did not have the structure that I was necessarily looking for, where you had some couple of days of testing. You just had one drop on Friday and that was the low. But today, this one did a much better job of showing its support, because here's your 1 hour chart. You actually came down there almost to the penny at 379.31 area. 378.90 was the low from Friday. So you came right down in there, tested it, classic double bottom, and from there it's been a pretty good grind. It's held its gains, it's doing well, and it looks like right now things are good for this, at least for now. We'll talk about where we may see this thing going. And last one here is the Dow futures, for anyone's looking at that here. It's really been the leader, up 650 points, 700 at once. So really bullish day, really strong. What does that mean for you? What does that mean for I? Where do we go for tomorrow? Well, at this stage, like I said yesterday, when the market goes through a correction like this, it just doesn't all of a sudden figure itself out. It's going through an identity crisis, kind of like we go through when we're teenagers. We go through these several patches of identity crises, right? Changing our dreams and goals all the time. That's what this thing is doing. So you've got a pretty decent look here where the market has come back and you're at a nice technical level. I'm going to open up this bottom chart so we can take just a better look. Going forward tomorrow, I want to pay attention to 4610s, 4609. If you start pressing above that, there's a chance this market can put in a few day rally and maybe trade us back a little closer to, let's say, 4670s, maybe even 4700. However, I would caution that if this happens the first thing in the morning, I still wouldn't chase any rallies. If you look at all of this stuff here, rallies like this have been sold, rallies like this have been sold. Even a little selling in today in some of these rallies. So it's not something that you can just 100% trust like you could a couple of weeks ago. You got a lot more volatility in this market, could easily slide 15, 20 points. If it does hold up and there's good structure, you test the 4550s. I will be looking at that tomorrow as support. The 4550s, maybe just a little bit underneath of that. If you hold that, we should be in for another strong day. So kind of consider we're going to go back to this period of time where you're just going back and forth, a little bit of green, a little bit of red. You're going to have big days, you're going to have down days, and so on. I don't think this thing is ready for one of these classic grind ups. Of course, I could be wrong. Hell, what do I know, right? I mean, anything can happen at any time. We're foolish if we think we know what's going to happen next. All we can do is take the data that's in front of us and trade with it. So Bullish activity today, still a few minutes left. I think it closes well. We're still going to have to see tomorrow. Just don't chase any rallies now, but we could be setting ourselves up for a nice couple of days. If you look at the coins here, let's go with Supercoin, Super Bitcoin. Same thing I said yesterday, it is a risk asset. And when appetite for risk is high in bull markets, these take favor. Small caps take favor. Cheap stocks take favor. But when that money moves away from that and it goes into risk off, these assets tend to get shunned. Now, if you're a long-term trader of this, my opinion means nothing here. I'm just talking about short-term fluctuations in trading. You're sitting on the 200-day moving average here. This needs some work. This needs some work, but it's the coin. It's the Bitcoin. It can do whatever it wants, right? We can just wake up to a 15,000 ripper. That's just the way it is. But for now, you need a little bit more structure in the chart. You had it right here, but it lost that. So now it needs to kind of redevelop, regear, and kind of hold itself there. That's the market. Let's talk about some stocks. How about that? Let's talk about some individual names, because one of the things, if there is a rally, there's a lot of attractive names that look really nice that are just beaten, I'm going to say it, just beaten to shit. I mean, just taken out back and beat down big time. You know, maybe like the MMA style with the elbows, you know, and the whole gashes on the forehead, that kind of beat down. There's a couple here that look decent, and I want to fall in love with them. I just want to trade them right now because, again, I'm sticking with my theme. I'm not sold on a 100% market rally right away. I still remain bullish, but tentatively. How about we go with SPOT? And you come back and you look at all of these types of growth stocks here. This SPOT was cheesed. I mean, this thing was 300 bills, man. 232. It's like a $70 haircut, man. Wow. And it's not the only one. We talked about Roku yesterday, PayPal. These things, they're not even doing that good today. But I'm using this word now, like my new word coming back, hashtag structure, right? Remember, you used hashtag joyant and jubilant, hashtag structure charts. You got a really nice build here. Couple of days, looks like the selling is exhausting itself. So remember, all you newbies out there learning the technical analysis, those trying to turn yourself on to the glory of technical analysis, it's not just a pattern you're looking for. It's a gauge of human emotion. What is it telling us? And after a long period of selling, it's showing that the selling is slowing down, meaning people just gave up selling. Those are going to hold are going to continue to hold even if it goes to zero, like they're AMC apes or something. And maybe it becomes attractive again. Maybe it reaches a point here. You've got let's say 3 days now. I think you just need a tiny little bump above 233.79. Let's say 234. A bump above 234 should be good to go for at least a 4 to 5 day rally, taking us maybe back up towards the 200-day moving average, 251. This one I have an idea for a swing trade. I should make that clear. SPOT, swing trade. Also one here is the Rivian. This thing is maddening. So I wouldn't trade this necessarily unless you've got, that, okay? It's crazy. It's wild. It's like a shop, a Tesla. It's got some meat on it. It's a big-time beta mover, big-time mover. I wrote this one down before I saw this candlestick. This thing's getting crazy, so I certainly couldn't recommend you buy this thing right now. That would be stupid. When it closes this strong, I certainly wouldn't want to go be the first one in there. But look for dips. Maybe this one builds nicely. You've got a lot of room for this to at least squeeze to 130 or 140. Again, I'm not falling in love with this thing. She's not going to get a Valentine card from me. I'm just trying to make a few bucks here on this Rivian, so keep that one. Another one that was a really great swing for all of us this year so far was UPST. And I sold my last little lot up here. And I'll tell you what, maybe, again, some of these may have found a bottom. Now, my theory when I look at swing trading stocks is this. If you give up too much, it really never comes back. So like you can give up maybe 20 or 30% or something, but if you start giving up chunks and chunks and like you think of maybe a Peloton, when in the hell is that thing going to get back to 160? I'm not sold that it's going to go back to 400. We were in a really wild market where a lot of, again, word of the day, shit was running. I'm not saying that's necessarily what this is, but it was overbought. We all knew that. I mean, hell, look at the chart, right? You can see the emotions right there. But you're down here at the 200-day moving average, consolidating nicely. A little push, if it happens tomorrow, roughly over 180. 180 is a good spot, or a retest of 167 and a hold there. I would be interested in maybe opening up a tiny long with a really tight stop under the lows here on the daily chart, which is 155.43. Yeah, that would be my trade. Maybe we go back to 250. I like that one there. And did I say Cruss? I don't even know why I'm bringing this up. It's boring. Maybe I'm not even going to talk about Cruss. I think it might break out here, but I'm looking at this. I can do a better job than that. One here I do have is a short, ATER. I like this one here as a short. I'm not even going to have the argument about trash here. This was a $50 stock. It's been bludgeoned all. It's not. This one's not coming back. I would seriously doubt this one is coming back. But I would be interested in maybe day trading this one short. I obviously missed this one here. This is a pretty nice 5-minute breakdown hitting some pivot points. I like this one here as a potential short on rallies only. I certainly wouldn't chase it. I wouldn't hold that overnight. Cheaper stocks like this are always very sensitive to news, but I kind of like this one as a short. I think I could short this here and collect it down at somewhere around 4. But anyway, game plan more importantly than anything tomorrow is, will that market continue to hold? And I would think any breakout that you see early has to be questioned as to whether or not it's authentic. Will it hold? You need to see some back testing. You need some challenges and some sell-offs inside of those rallies to really authenticate the rally that you're seeing, to make sure that it's going to last or that its intentions are there. There's also a lot of great stocks that have been selling off, such as AMD, which I think could be a great buy down here as well that I didn't mention, but I think AMD, and I think this, I'm just going through what's on my list. I mean, I can make the case for Disney. I said Spot, Twilio, Paycom, PAYC, PayPal. You can make the case for all of those that may have reached a short-term bottom. Perhaps AMD on an inside move here. It could be a long here, but got to see how the market works. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to it the next few days. See how we navigate through this volatility. Much of this week's action will tell us a lot where we're going to go. If we continue to sell off rally after rally, and we go from red to green these days, where they're red one day, green next day, red day, we're probably going to get a deeper sell-off. But if the volatility starts to slow down towards the end of the week, the volume, the craziness, when I say that, the craziness starts to slow down, these support levels hold, then chances are we start grinding up maybe a week later. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching this video. Don't forget, tomorrow live here on YouTube at noon Eastern with Sylvia Bellrock. You can go to sylviabellrock.com, or you can check the link down in the description box. Join us for live Q&A. We're going to be talking about everything or anything. Just bring your questions, bring your stocks, and let's do it. Until next time, hey, thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate it. Take care. Trade well. Talk to you soon.